Hi there, welcome back, and thank you for being with us today. I'm here with Stephanie, my apprentice and assistant, and she's going to be talking to me a little bit about what is Feng Shui, what do I do, who am I? So let me start. I'm Jacqui Albert Pepper, and I'm a Feng Shui consultant, teacher, and I really bring the tools to you to help you get to where you say you need. So having said that, I'll give you a little bit of background. I was in the music industry as a singer-songwriter for many years, and I was in the business side of things and realized due to downsizing and mergers that I wanted to keep my creativity and my artist background, but I wanted to work with people in a more healing way. And then Feng Shui appeared, and I studied everything there was to know about Chinese astrology and Feng Shui and the classics. Stephanie right now is also studying to be a doctor of Oriental medicine, which is what makes this even more special. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit about what is it that I do and how can I maybe help you today. So let's talk about that, Stephanie.
All right. Well, to begin, can you tell me what Feng Shui is? What is it for someone who has no idea about energy or about health, wealth, and happiness? What is Feng Shui?
So great question. Let's start with the basics. Feng Shui literally translated means wind and water. And the Chinese who started this art form from Taoist principles began thousands of years ago, but we're going to keep it simple today and basically talk about the fact that Feng Shui is the arrangement of space for helping you with the energy. So for the good or the ill, Stephanie, and you felt it, you'll walk into a space and you either feel great there or you don't. Sometimes even in a cubicle underneath all that heavy lighting, by the afternoon you're feeling like, oh, I'm drained, I need some caffeine. But what that is really the energy being zapped out of most people because these environments aren't supported to be there all day under these lights. But as a main source in your home and your office space, Feng Shui is for the good or the ill, and we want to change it for the betterment. So and you know this from doing your acupuncture, it's the acupuncture of space. We're rearranging energy to make things happen in your life. And if there's stagnation or things feel a little, like we were just talking about in the office space, we need to change that. Or if things are really speedy and you're not falling asleep and you're wondering what's going on in your master bedroom, those can be other things we can arrange too in Feng Shui.
So your environment affects your physical and mental, emotional well-being.
Absolutely. Our environment affects us for the good or the ill. And we feel that even though we may not know what Feng Shui is, especially when you're looking at new space from a real estate perspective, a commercial perspective, you feel
That's really
the difference
good.
in
Thank
energy.
You. So where did this originate? And does this have any type of, is this a religion?
This is not religious. This is based on Taoist philosophies and principles. And it's really about balance. It's about balancing heaven, man, and earth to all live together in peace and harmony, which is basically my motto. What I'll do is, and I integrate the Chinese astrology here, bringing you the personal touch that you say you need. So I'll come in and I say, what are the 3 things you'd like to have as a result of me being here today? And we're going to talk about some of those goals. And through the Chinese astrology, you get personal information that I use in the space to help you and support what it is you say you want.
Wow, that's really awesome. So you use my personal birth chart and then create my space to adapt to my energy.
We do.
For the optimal
we take your date, time, and place of birth, and we're taking the Chinese elements. If you know a little bit about Chinese medicine, you might not, but there's 5 elements, and we work with those. And they're connected to things like your money corner, your relationship area, your personal element. So there's an element like mine is fire, and that supports me and brings me luck and makes me feel in balance and harmony when some days I may not be there.
So I know from Chinese medicine, we have our own type of constitution according to the 5 elements.
We do.
So with your help, you could help me balance my environment to make it more, what is the term I'm thinking of?
Almost
Living
like
in harmony with my own
personalized.
environment. Yes.
Correct. I feel like we are all fingerprints in a snowflake, and that the Chinese astrology helps me extract personally for you what we can integrate into the space to get what you say you want. And that can be relationship goals, career goals. It can be, better harmony and peace with your family. It can be all sorts of things that you say you want that we integrate into the space. That's Feng Shui in action.
Wow. So you're telling me if I'm having relationship problems, seem to be hitting dead ends with relationships, or I'm having financial troubles and I just feel stuck and I'm trying, but nothing seems to be coming through for me, this would be a good opportunity to get a consultation with you, and we can start moving things around. Am I going to see results immediately, or?
It really depends on the person. Again, I think that's why it's so relatable from a snowflake perspective, because it's really about how much you want to see change and how quickly you want to see it change. So it's a collaboration. I'm really going there and giving you the tools that you need to incorporate it into your space. And we use the Chinese astrology. We use floor plans. We use all sorts of things. Now, with the Feng Shui consultation, I have to use the Chinese astrology. But with Chinese astrology readings, I do not have to do it with the Feng Shui. So if you want to just get to know me a little bit and start with a reading, we can always do that a little bit too. And that's the Chinese astrology chart that brings out the personal information that you have in your chart for you, Stephanie, based on your date and time of birth.
Oh, wow. So this chart reading would give me better insight as to things I've faced in life and why maybe a certain theme keeps coming up in my life. You can help me.
I can help you a little bit there. Yeah, these are tools I use. It's not about telling you when things are going to happen necessarily, but it's a guide. Okay. So if you've ever had an astrology reading Western, most people have not had Chinese or Eastern astrology, but some are familiar with it. And basically what we're doing is we're going to get some information out of that chart personally from your natal chart. So that's like where the stars were at the time you were born. And then there's a progression. So what's happening in the next 5 years? And it's more like, what can we integrate in your space that reflects what you say you want? I love bringing the personal entity into this. So I give you like 3 ideas, Stephanie, but you're still going to say, hey, wait, I like what she said about the money toad or the rock or the crystal. Better than maybe something that's more specific in Chinese. It can look all sorts of ways. I think that's why I like how personal it is for you.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Excellent. I would love to get started. We're going to do Stephanie's chart soon, and we're going to start putting Feng Shui a little bit more in action, because I think it's great for people to see, what is Feng Shui? What is Chinese astrology? I know that's a question a lot of people are asking, because it's newer to the West. However, it's been happening, like I said, for thousands of years in the Far East. So any other questions that I can answer today to give a little more insight into what Feng Shui is for you?
Do you do like a free consultation or anything like that for your services?
So I do. I give 20 minutes free, and we can do a face-to-face, we can do a phone consult, or we can do a FaceTime, which is so great about the new technology today. So I'd love to hear from you. 20 minutes free, anytime. Get to know me, get to know my work. I'd love to meet up with you. And then, yes, we take it from there based on your needs, what you say you want. We can take it slow. We can go quicker. Like you said, how long does this take? Sometimes I've seen people get results within 90 days, 21 days. Sometimes it takes more time. I had one of my better Feng Shui challenges, one of my first apartments in New York City, take almost 3 years. So it's not like we go to the gym and get Jennifer Aniston's body overnight, right?
We could wish.
We could wish. But energy is a change in progress and process, and we're kind to ourselves about how long it takes. Everybody's different. I hope that answered some questions today. It's great to have you with us today. I hope Stephanie helped reflect what some of the public may be thinking about what is Feng Shui, or Feng Shui, as the Americans say. Anyway, you do you, And ask me if you need anything. We're here. Stephanie, any last words?
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just send us a message, leave us a comment, and we'll get back to you.
And like us on Facebook at Feng Shui by Jacqueline Albert Pepper for more. Thanks for being here today.